All right. Here, well, a thing happened. I think we're here. I meant to give it a
We're
3,
here?
2, 1.
We're doing it?
Oh.
Doing it
My
live?
bad.
Yeah.
Oh, I still
Sup?
blip out once in a while with these softwares and how to make them actually operate. Yep, we're in. Okay. Hello. We are back with Tenements of the Great Rift. This is a D&D mostly 5th edition, but now very homebrew, so it's weebly wobbly between editions. Doing it live campaign. And we're just going to dive right into it. So last time we were here, we had this big encounter in, I'm going to call it Mystery Space A, that we don't recognize in any way, which essentially appeared before us after Gert, after we had assembled the Sword of Law from the pieces of the Rod of Law that our friends, the Dukes of Aka, had been acquiring, along with the final piece that we found. We had this mysterious message from a definitely very recognizable voice coming from what we over the table know now is a Nightwalker wielding a staff of bone and skull that we also definitely recognized. Gert, wielding now the Sword of Law, has some, I'm going to say, Force-like feelings. Think Star Wars. Force-like feelings about about the fact that we needed to basically cleanse this tree, which Gert also recognizes, along with 2 other people.
Callan is.
Callan is. Why do I always forget it's you 2?
I don't know.
Anywho, that's from way back when in our not even recorded pre-intro to the game session. So we used the Sword of Law to cleanse the blight from this tree. And essentially that's where we're coming in today. So before we get into that, is there anything special or unique that you guys observed through that session that you want to reiterate/highlight before we get into it?
The minor baddies throughout the fight were skeletons and zombies. Yeah. And they had to be killed in pairs because they were all like figments of Big B and Elminster.
Like instances.
It's a good way to put it.
Is had a real hard time with her crossbow.
Sure did.
Yeah, just like this.
Yeah, Is having a rough go right now, and I don't know what's happening. I don't know if they know what's happening. So that's a thing.
And I do believe we saw Orcus at the very, very, very end and then cut, and I don't know what happened.
He did appear.
Yes. He did appear and essentially take his staff back. So yeah, it's if it wasn't obvious before, it should be now that it is essentially his implement.
Sure.
Yeah. Okay. Anything else?
I'm a little scared.
People have
Gert's,
HP reductions.
I was gonna say, yeah, Gert's way down on HP reduction. She went from 120 to 85 max hit points.
It'll be fine. It's gonna be fine.
It's gonna be fine.
I have thoughts.
Everything's
It'll be fine. Yeah. It's gonna be fine.
Sure.
All right.
Yeah.
All that being laid on the table, then we're essentially opening at the tail end of all that action, where Gert, you're going to see, at the moment all of that stuff happened, there's going to be this sort of pulse and a shock wave of almost like black smoke from the bottom of the tree, and it'll sort of poof, poof, poof. You'll feel these thuds on the layers of this platform that you're on, and they'll all sort of light up one at a time from the middle outward until the whole thing is lit up white. And the tree is going to actually sort of split in half with one side going completely white, like and it'll have this pure light, holy feeling to you and Taryn. And the other half will basically become so black that it's like devoid of any color or light at all. It almost looks like blank space. And you will recognize Gert, at the very least. You will recognize that this is like a pure splitting of this blighting effect that you had been seeing both in the tree in the very, very, very first time we played, in the piece of the rod that you saw but nobody else could see. It's as if that sort of wavy blighted effect has been channeled and split in half, and now it's just pure black, pure light, and the tree is opened up to reveal what looks like the angelic version of Renwick in front of you. He is his head is down, like he's looking downward as if he's like sleeping or something, and his wings are wrapped around himself such that you can only see from basically just below his sternum upward, and you can see his hands kind of clasped together like this, right here on his chest. And he's going to sort of like light up in a way that he almost looks like a projection and looks at you. Oh, and I didn't do this. Here we go. God, I have this. He's going to look at you and start looking at the folks around you. While all this is happening, this is over the course of like a few seconds, is anybody doing anything?
I would dispel my spiritual weapon and land on the platform. So that goes away. Hold on, I'm gonna boop it.
Is Gert the only one that's able to see this right now?
You all see all of this. Yeah.
Okay.
Gert's really just the only one that like recognizes this sort of blighting effect, and all of you can see what it is now, but Gert, you absolutely recognize it as like what was chaotic before is like split in half and steady right now.
Okay, so we can all see like the Templar right now. Okay. I think Iz is just gonna like pretty much crawl her way over to the tree and just kind of sit there.
Gert still has a hand on, like, Gert went full, like, knee down, like, stab the sword into a spot, right?
Mm-hmm.
And she is still kneeling with her hands on the sword and is now just, like, staring terrified.
Gert, you can see that like as this, I'm just going to keep calling it a projection. This projection is just sort of looking around and like locking on each person in the room individually for just a second, and then comes back to basically you / the sword.
I brought you your sword back. And I think Gert's gonna take the sword out of the spot that she put it in and try to walk toward the projection.
Okay. But so this was right in front of you. It really only takes like 2 steps to get to like what would be within arm's reach of the projection of the Templar.
Okay. Yeah, I try to hand the sword to the Templar.
He's gonna open his wings up just enough to reveal that like he's in an upward position. He's sort of floating. His feet are just off the ground just by a few inches. And his hands open up just like this.
Yeah, I do do the handing thing where I have the blade in my hand and I try to put the hilt in the hands of the Templar.
Okay. As soon as the hilt touches what would be his hands, it would be obvious enough that he's not like physically here, but this is again projection. So as soon as the hilt touches what would be his hands, he'll clasp it as you would like any greatsword, and then give it a quick flip and stab it down into the ground directly beneath him. And you'll hear this massive ping that's very much like the sounds you had heard that freaked you guys out from the tools in the temples sort of being activated, but it's a little bit more pure, less of a thud and more just like a ting. And then he'll close his wings back up, fold his arms, and begin to address you. What is your name?
Hi, bud. I'm Gert. You don't know me yet?
Not yet.
Bud. You're one of my favorites. I know you, and I know you well. Well, I don't know you well. I know you enough.
You know who I will become, and who I was, and who I am now, but you do not know this image of me, and this image does not know you.
That's rough. If anybody else wants to join in and chat with our not bud Templar, I'm lost.
I'll start coming around this side, assuming that this is like the direction he's facing. And I'll come up and say like, why are you here in this tree specifically? When the last time we saw you, it was under very different circumstances.
Then the events expected are in motion. I am here as the Templar's last resort. It seems you have succeeded so far. You have acquired the sword, and you have met me. What has come to pass to lead you here?
I mean, a bunch of shit. Hi, I'm back here. I'm Whirl. We fought 4 of the cults, and then we just kind of ended up in this doom space, and you came out of a tree. So that's where we are right now. Like, immediate now.
And it was an accident that you came to this place.
Yes.
Well, the sword came, like, so we found the last piece, and then we met the Aarakocra, who were super nice, and they had all the pieces, and then I put the piece into the rest, and I made the sword, and then poof.
Gert, as soon as you say poof.
Oh no.
You said the magic word!
Well,
a green bucket of slime falls on your head.
Kids in the audience scream and jeer.
This entire game has been a reenactment of the Kids' Choice Awards.
yeah. Just to make sure I'm not losing or accidentally excluding other people. Anybody that wants to chime in with what they're doing or wanting to observe or anything or say anything, please go ahead. Cal, I did want to double check to see if you are staying over there and watching from over there or not.
No, I would have been making my way back, but I feel like it would take a minute, and so I don't know how long that conversation was, and I'm not like rushing over there because I want to make sure I'm not falling, into the abyss.
Okay.
So wherever I would end up at this point of the conversation, as I'm just kind of climbing down the rocks, just.
Okay. I'd say by this point you could be sort of getting in right over here.
Okay.
You said you were following the rocks.
Yeah, because I can't fly or anything, so I just gotta take the stairs.
Okay. At the point that Gert says, and then poof, you are all going to see these four guys appear in a similar projection form as Renwick. You should recognize them. Does anybody not? Over the table, does anybody not recognize these?
I'm good. I got it.
Yeah.
I feel like we might. Joe.
Is that Seymour? I haven't seen you since high school, man.
What have you been up to? Fell into an MLM, working at Enterprise rental car,
All right. Yeah, so these four similar projection form to Renwick are here. And none of them say anything or really move. They have this sort of super stereotypical, like, wispy effect happening with their robes and hair and everything, and it's majestic as fuck. Yeah. They're just watching all of you. Let's see. You just said that you just explained how you got here. Okay. Okay. Yeah. He'll respond. So the Templars' plan is in motion, as is Astaroth's. This is according to plan.
I mean, I guess we don't know any plan. Nobody really tells us anything. If y'all would tell us like what needed to happen, that would be super cool. But at the moment, things just keep happening to us. And then people are like, oh yes, this is exactly how it was supposed to go. And then, but then sometimes we see ourselves, and that seems to be a plan that went wrong. But also we keep being told that we're out of time.
That's usually right when we want to know more stuff, is when they say that they're out of time.
Yes.
How convenient. I need to find one thing real quick. Here it is. All right, Gert, as you're explaining this, you're going to have this feeling of like, so you're talking from a place of some confusion and like trying to piece things together, right? Mm-hmm. As you're doing so, you're actually going to have a little bit more actual confusion of your thoughts than you originally expected, as if you're like, wait, am I remembering that right? And then, wait, didn't that happen first, or was that after this? And then you start getting these like weird whispers in your head, not unlike the bad ones when you were in the temples and deeper, but not like a bad feeling like those were. It's more like your thoughts are confused, you're talking to yourself, and then it gets louder and louder, and it's whispering you to yourself, and you just all of a sudden get this flood of what you can only think of as memories. And they're memories as if they actually happened to you, but you are able to parse them out that, no, this is what I actually did, this is what I have done and said and received with these people in this entire endeavor, but also this happened. But this happened instead. And after a moment, I will need you to make a perception check, please.
Garrett, are you okay? You look like you're thinking real hard. You get a bardic inspiration.
Oh, good.
It's a D10. I think that's my last
Gosh.
one.
You got it.
Oh, man.
That's a big ol' 6 right there.
But you get to keep it.
Okay, good.
If it failed.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it did.
Did a 6 fail?
It mostly failed.
Great.
You are going
Mostly.
to have a memory of a great conflict of necromancers migrating after their country was overrun by undead, allied with druids to conjure creatures within the deep forests. You're going to have a memory of ancient wizards possessing instruments of immortality, opening something called the Fane of the Eye. You're going to have a memory of the Cult of the Dragon attempting to raise Tiamat from the depths of hell that she resides in. You're going to have a memory of rifts opening between the material plane and the realms of demons, and everything being wiped out, as if you had been there yourself.
Okay.
And the projection of Renwick Renwick the Templar, is going to look at you and say, "The convergence is complete then."
What? This is too much. Okay. Y'all, I got a lot of memories to tell you about when we're not in spooky, stormy land. What was that? What's happening to me right now?
Are you aware of what you are?
I'm a cleric.
You are one who has been chosen. You have been touched by divine power.
But aren't all clerics?
Clerics use divine power. You have been partially formed by it, for precisely the task it seems you seek to complete. It is no chance that the people around you are also with you, but you are the start.
That's heavy. and our buds, our buds over here who still don't know who they are in my timeline. When do we get them involved? When do we help them to discover who they really are?
By coming here instead of elsewhere, you already have.
Where else
Something
could we-
happened. Oh,
No,
you
go ahead. Go.
I was just gonna say, I just said, is anything happening to them right now?
That is unclear to this image. My knowledge is limited to what the Templar imparted on me and in placing me in this tree of life and death. The blight from Orcus and his minions trapped me here. It is unclear how much time it has been. But I will share what knowledge I do have.
Do you know what role Orcus plays in all of this, other than being your prison warden?
He's stricken a deal with the Great Dragon.
Fair.
Orcus's endeavor to conquer space beyond the abyss was met with Astaroth's desire to create his own space and time because he fears death. In exchange for this space, Orcus required a gateway to your world.
We made that, didn't we? We didn't make it. It just showed up after we defeated a bunch of things. I have a feeling that like hole in the valley is like more of a problem than we want to deal with.
Probably.
An unfortunate but necessary problem.
Okay, so if this is a plan, if everybody already knows what's going to happen next, then what happens next? Like, now where do we go? Because everyone seems to like know that like, oh yeah, I've already read this chapter of this book before, but no one will tell us what the next chapter is. Like, I'm fine with spoiler alerts, guys. Spoiler alerts, spoiler alerts, spoiler alerts. We good. Just tell us what happens next.
Osiris's chief mistake was creating the Templar to prevent the events from happening. The Templar needed to do it over and over and over before he would realize that they needed it to happen anyway. The only way to truly defeat Astaroth and reduce the void space to nothing is to directly conflict with him in that space.
But what if I don't want to fight a dragon?
We've already fought a dragon in our dreams twice. It's gonna be fine.
We rehearsed this. It's okay.
Yeah. We just gotta do a couple more practice rounds, like everyone else apparently fucking has had the chance to do.
Just a clean dress rehearsal, all lines, we good.
Yeah, make sure we got one person on book just in case. We'll be fine. Yeah.
Oh.
Stand by punching the dragon in the face. Punching dragon in the face. Go.
Just to understand what you're saying, we have to win while he has the home field advantage.
In a manner of speaking, yes.
Why is that?
Oh, why?
Yeah, but we can watch tape of the game beforehand.
It is the Templar's estimation that in order to fully create this space, Astaroth needed magical power beyond his own soul capability and the very time that he had stolen from the Templar. Time itself being consumed in the process, meaning he will not get to redo it again.
I mean, that's helpful.
So this is the end for everybody. This is it for all of us. He stole the Templar's time. Yeah.
Okay, but like, what's your four guys' deal? And Whirl's gonna point. Both of Whirl's. I think her last mirror image is still up. We're both gonna point to the four, the Undying Court, or Court of the Undying, and be like, "What are you guys fucking doing here then? Because you've not said anything. Can you talk?"
You're going to see a couple of them start to mouth words to you, but you can't hear anything.
Could I use my observant feat and lip read?
Yes. Okay, nice.
The one
Technical advantage.
I will point out it does need to be in a language that I can understand, in case they are speaking in a different language.
Do you know Elvish?
I do not, actually.
Okay. The first one is going to be speaking in, you would be able to recognize it as an Elvish tongue, because you've seen and heard people speak it before. But the second one speaks to you in common, and simply says, "Our journey has just begun. Your choice to take the sword initiated that chain."
Okay.
What's everybody's what is the passive intellect feat called? Not feat.
Investigation?
Insight? Is it insight?
Or
yeah. What's everybody's
passive insight?
My passive insight is 18.
14.
13.
No.
Okay.
It's 9.
Okay, so Gert, he kind of outright said it, but just in case anything's unclear about it, there was a point in time that this projection of the Templar was created. It's becoming increasingly clear to you that that point in time was before the redos started. And then at some point, like, some knowledge sharing happened to this projection show, so he knows a little bit about what happened after, like, the start of the plan. But this image's actual knowledge of what's happened to this point is limited to, you know, very little to nothing, and pretty much assumptions based on what the plan was and the fact that you guys are here. So you should have a certain amount of knowledge of up until the point that it was created, but then it really falls off after that point.
Okay. Which means You can't tell me where you are. Well, not you, but the Grand You is now.
But the sword can.
The sword can and the sword should.
So do we have to take the sword back now? Will you like disappear if we take the sword back from you?
When this conversation is concluded,
So what was... If you're going to disappear when we take the sword, what was the purpose of us coming here to split the tree?
you've cleansed the blight from Orcus that kept me trapped within here. I will be free to go back to complete the Templar again, short of the sword itself.
And the sword is what will guide us to you.
It is Renwick's estimation, yes.
Just called him Renwick.
So you're not him yet? Or wait.
Are you two not the same?
There are elements of the Templar that come from Osiris's creation. There are elements of the Templar that come from the human that was Renwick Caradun.
So where we are right now in this space is a pretend thing. No, well, not a pretend thing, but just like is this real? Where we are right now, right here?
Where you are right now is comparable to, for you, a dream. But why should that ever mean that it isn't real?
Of course. Always goes back. Gotta go back to the reading. I gotta make sure I keep up with my reading. So, when we want to leave this space, how do we do it?
You will simply take the sword again.
And then we'll just poof back to somewhere. Okay.
Do you know if, when we go back, if we'll be in the same state as we are now or before we left?
That would be unclear to this image.
I have a personal question, but I don't want to waste your time.
Do it. Both of me yell.
Okay, what do we do next? Where do we go?
that doesn't sound very personal.
That is. I need to know where we're going.
If all is as according to plan, you should soon approach the rift. The fane is opened, and it should lead you to Astaroth's domain.
Oh, shit.
But should you need to prepare any more,
Oh, God.
now would be the time to do it.
We just got the notification that no more free roam is available beyond this point.
That is not necessarily true.
This is the last grind before being sucked into the last immovable boss state.
Horizon line?
Horizon Line.
Say again?
I said horizon line.
Oh.
Are there any people that you may not know this, but are there any people that we need to reach out to that would help us at this point?
By being here, it seems that you already have. However, the agency of your choices moving forward is also necessary for the chance at success. Please see episode title here.
Oh no.
Oh man.
Oh, bitch. Oh no. Okay.
Yeah, Jeremy.
Rude. Jeff.
Oh, hey.
Fucking rickrolling us, basically.
You dude.
Have you met a planeswalker named Braylon?
Ooh.
At the time of my creation, no.
Wait, that's not a no.
That's
though.
not an.
If I fucking call it that. That little monster.
We did this.
Yeah. Said, hi, Juice. Here's your story.
Yeah, right?
It. Do you know of any weaknesses to maybe to exploit against Azeroth or the forces approaching?
I know that he fears death. It is unclear how fear can be exploited against an individual creature, but it can be against any creature some way or another. I suspect you also know that undeath is his most potent ally.
So I'm useless then. Cool.
Stop
fine.
saying that about my friend.
You.
One.
Hey, stop what you're doing or we'll kill you.
Yeah, freak him out a little bit, you know?
That doesn't, I feel like that's a zero-sum game that we're playing right now.
Hey, I could say some really mean, spooky shit into people's friends. I think I got this unlocked.
That's true. Okay.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I'll
Plus,
have a stern talking to with my crossbow then.
Yeah, we're gonna figure crossbow thing. It's weird, but we're gonna figure it out.
We're gonna figure it out.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Hey, guy, do you know anything about a crossbow thing? I don't really know what name to call you right now because you're not really the guy, and now you're also half of the guy. Point being, do you know anything about her crossbow thing?
The Stasis Templar, perhaps.
No. Probably not, because he hasn't met you yet.
I know nothing of your crossbow.
That's okay. Apparently, neither do I.
Oh, whoa.
There's another person we could talk to. Could talk to Gon, or not Gon. God, what is his name?
The blacksmith guy? Fang?
Yeah, Fang.
Yeah.
That's it. We could talk to him before we go.
To be fair, I don't think it's the crossbow. I think it's more of the operator. Crossbow's fine.
It's that thing in your brain that we don't know is probably pushing out all the crossbow information.
Yeah.
He's like cleaning out the attic. He's like, crossbow, don't need that book.
Yeah, just straight out the window. No, I
Yeah.
wanted that. Fine. Okay, I'll ask it. Previously asked the Templar if I knew who was let in and is doing this to this brain of mine. Feels weird asking. Is it Orcus?
No.
Cool. Excellent. Thank God. Fun. Is it our dragon friend? Probably not. It's probably the fucking necromancer we met 7,000
shot.
years ago.
No shot. He put himself in your brain for a.
This image senses enough to know it is not Orcus, or at least
Excellent.
not directly.
Not excellent. Don't like that. Don't like that.
Likely someone who has or had similar alignment, but less power.
Hey, do you remember who gave Renwick that knife that you also now have?
His brother?
No?
No.
Who
Oh, his
taught-
brother stabbed him.
Right. But do you
Who
remember?
taught-
Yeah, who taught him how to do a Renwick?
Elvister?
Yeah?
Fuck.
You want to ask that question again?
I feel like I just put the pieces together. Damn it. Damn it. Okay.
Hey, do you know anything about a weird hand and a weird eye that we should be worried about? I remember what I'm talking about. Okay.
Do you describe it exactly in that way?
Absolutely, yes.
Weird hand and a
Absolutely, yes.
weird eye.
Yeah, those are the two things that Whirl saw. She has no concept,
A weird
I would
hand and a
say,
weird
for what
eye.
they mean in the real times, because she's just been singing and fucking around for 20 years. So it was a weird hand and a weird eye, and they just showed up at the same time.
Were they being used?
Yes.
Yes.
I mean, not in the way that hands and eyes are supposed to be used.
They were just
brought a
smashing the eye against
table.
the hand like a bag clapping situation.
They were on a table, an altar.
Now then, one of the guys had that weird eye, and the other one had that dead hand, on his hand.
On his hand.
And then the other guy had the weird eye on his eye. That's fully what happened. And that's the truly most intelligent way I can explain that.
And they started slinging spells at us.
I mean, yeah. I kind of assumed that they were already going to do that because, Elminster was already told just to be, the greatest wizarding mind of all, wizarding minds and, gave money to schools and, high-five children.
but that's not very good of him. I don't want to say good, but like, it's a very strange juxtaposition when if he's one of the greatest wizards and then immediately goes to, let's bring Orcus here.
I mean, he was one of the greatest wizards like a handful of hundreds of years ago, and then all of a sudden just showed up in our consciousness. Probably because he's also drinking time juice, which like everybody fucking has. Point being, can you elaborate on this spooky hand and spooky eye?
It seems your adversaries have sought out powerful artifacts of another great wizard. But this one estimates he should not be here.
Fuck, there's another one.
Although artifacts of such power have been known to traverse the multiverse.
That hurts my brain.
So now we have Orcus and Astaroth and Elminster and Bigby and unknown fifth guy that are all like potentially buddying. It's too many fucking people. There's only 5 of us.
Yeah, 1 per person. It's fine.
Yeah, it's fine.
I take the dragon.
Cal
I'll get
looks at
Ilminster.
Gert with such respect.
Just like the ultimate series of 1v1 me bros.
Yeah.
Let me just get my hands wrapped for this fucking duke off with Elminster,
It's a
y'all.
fair fight.
Oh man.
Very Rock the Dragon of us, not gonna lie. Oh.
All right, what are the questions we got so we can get back to whatever else we were fucking doing today?
What did you mean by he shouldn't be here? As in the unknown wizard.
Our multiverse is something that most of us know frighteningly little about. And even this image has limited knowledge. This one has heard of Vecna and his hand and eye becoming powerful artifacts of magic for evil. But as far as this one knows, Vecna has been slain and should not exist in your world ever.
Well,
What about in a separate world where someone like Azeroth could control everything?
I think that's what we're working to prevent, right?
This image cannot know for sure.
So, right now, let's bet on 1v1ing every one that we know so far. Great. Okay.
so many guys.
So many.
I know so many people, guys. Okay.
God.
So, rallying the troops here, do we have an idea of what we need to go do next? We've got that portal / vein open that needs taken care of. What do we need to do beforehand?
Find him.
Find him, figure out what is in your brain or who is in your brain is.
I have an idea.
Oh yeah, is. apparently I have been converged.
What does that mean?
So I don't quite know. I think so. I've got these memories now that aren't mine, but definitely are mine. So I think all the me's that all the people knows are up here now.
You know, okay.
Great.
Convergence. Okay, great. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense now.
Sure.
It's just everything being compacted into one Gert-sized ball. You know.
One single Gert. So, Juice, do I remember meeting all of the drow now?
Let's find out.
Dun, dun,
Oh
dun.
no. Because those were the 4 things that the drow told us about. Spoiler alert. That's why I got very excited about my notes.
Well, I guess I wouldn't always remember because, like, one time I was an infant.
One time you
Yeah,
were
maybe
an
like-
infant, one time you were old.
Yeah,
The other 2 were in the middle.
yeah.
You were.
Sorry.
You would have. Not anywhere near as a direct memory as those events that I described. It would be like you recognize that each of them vaguely,
Okay.
as well as this you has physically met them all. So you have
Yeah.
sort of like 2 different memories of each of them.
Okay. So so it is all of Gert's consciousnesses is knowing, like, compiling into one Gert consciousness.
Yes.
Well, buddy. Okay. I don't think I have any other questions. Do you guys?
No.
Just for future reference, in case we have to prepare for something else, the Hells aren't planning for anything like this as well, are they? We're not gonna have to deal with the secret devil uprising as well, right? Please say no.
The eternal conflict is always in ebb and flow. This one seems to have one side uprising now. It is unclear when a rebalancing will occur.
Do you have anything else you need to ask?
Do you know if our donut friend grows into an empire of like donut chains all over the place?
We're
I gotta
asking
know.
her
I gotta
general
know.
future questions now.
Yeah. The
coping,
important
this
ones,
is like-
of course. Gotta see if he expands his menu, franchises,
Sure.
you know. I'm really, really curious.
Is that a serious question?
No.
No.
Uh,
If it was, you would just sort of shake his head.
Sorry. I don't mean to waste your very limited stasis like time. you have another Templar to merge with.
Nice.
You said that the sword will guide us. Is it gonna be like a magnet, or is it just gonna be like a I gotta follow my gut feeling thing?
Or is it gonna be like we swallowed magnets?
The same feeling that guided you to put the sword into this tree and cleanse the blight will be what guides you.
That only happened when I was really close. We just need to know, like, north, south, east. Oh, good gracious. All right. We can do this, guys. We can find him.
Okay.
We can find him.
Yeah.
He believes that we can find him. So that means it must have already happened.
I mean, we found the piece of wood. You saw it. You were the only one that could see it. We found a bunch of cults in the ground. We found my dad. We found his brother. We're very good at finding things.
Yeah.
We are excellent finders.
Particularly good finders.
Particularly good finders. Okay.
I feel like a badger all of a sudden.
I know, right? Okay. Well, I guess if that's it.
Well, I think I may have an important question if we are truly finished here.
Way to like come in at the end there, my guy.
Well, I feel like it's appropriate for the end of this conversation. How do we get out of here?
My sword.
We take the sword back, and apparently we just show up at where we were last time.
But where's the door? Are you going to make a door?
I think it's the same poof that got us here. Remember how it just happened and then we were here? I think as soon as I touched that sword,
I miss doors.
Straightforward thresholds, you know?
Yeah, it's like square. It tells you where you're going.
Yeah.
It's just very clear and concise. None of this mystery poofing here and there and everywhere. I just want to walk through a place and know where I'm going.
Worrell, to satiate his mind, is going to cast a minor image and just create a doorway around where the Templar is standing holding the sword so that he knows that it's a doorway.
Oh, no, look, there's one. You don't have to do any poofy thing. We can just use that right there. See? I was right to ask.
Do we all need to touch the sword, or is one of us touching it enough to get us all back?
Saying nothing, he just points the hilt toward you, his hands sort of flat on the face of the blade, and just offers it directly toward you, Gert.
I'm gonna get closer to this just in case I don't want to get fucking left behind in this doom box.
Yeah, let's like.
Last chance, folks.
Around.
Any more questions? All right. Well, then I'll see you soon, friend. And
Thank you.
Gert grabs the sword.
Okay. Gert, as you grab the sword, all of you are going to sort of hear a wisp of a whisper, as if it was in a wind or like a breeze going around you, whispering, "One must always wonder whose minds these thoughts first arose from and why." And you'll see a quick flash of Osiris right next to the Templar, and then on the other side, the Lich Renwick Caradun that you had known in the past before you are brought back, sword in hand, to the Academy. And we should take a brief break. We'll be right back.
All of a sudden, it's 40 years in the future.
All right,
And
we're
you
back.
missed it.
Too late. Everything's dead.
Oh no.
Kidding. All right.
You asked one too many questions.
All right. So we are back now at the academy. Oh, I forgot to put music on again. There we go. We're back at the academy with the Dukes still in the exact same spot that they were at the point that you had taken the sword, that the sword formed. The headmaster is also here, and Gert, you have the sword in hand, and all of them just sort of like look at you.
We all look beat to shit.
Oh, somebody's landscaping. Sorry if you hear buzzing.
No. Curse them for.
And
Damn their hedges.
everyone's in the exact same spot as the moment that the sword formed. Taryn, passive perception?
19.
And Gert, you had like a 18, right?
No, that's my insight. My
Okay.
perception is 13.
Okay, so Taryn,
Yeah.
you'd be able to surmise that only that moment has passed. From the moment the sword formed, it is only like a half second later.
Okay. Wow,
But
that was.
do we look beat to shit?
Yes.
Great.
Cool.
Excellent.
Um,
5.
Hey.
The Aarakocra are, a couple of them are going to look at you guys and kind of squint their eyes and tilt their heads.
We're good. This isn't gonna make any sense, but we need to take this to the Templar.
Unless it
Headmaster-
does make sense, in which case, please chime in.
Yeah.
Headmaster turns and looks at you and says, Templar? Oh, wait, did you tell him about the Templar? Time
Yeah.
out, over the table.
I feel like we
Yeah,
did.
we've told him. We've been through it a couple times. I feel
Okay.
Yeah.
like we showed him the.
we just
yeah.
didn't tell him that it was a Renwick specifically. I think.
I think.
Yeah.
I think of that, and then I think.
Well,
think
and
we-
we also said nothing about the drow
court.
Yeah.
being the court.
Right. I
Right.
feel like they were the biggest thing that we have kept super secret. Is we've said jack shit about the drought, but we've said yes, this guy turned into our angel friend.
Yeah.
Okay, that's
The lich that
probably.
we were friends with is now our angel friend.
That's the part you have not shared.
I have
No, that is the part we have shared.
Oh, you have.
Or
Okay.
That's right.
maybe. I
I
don't know anymore.
thought you guys had mentioned the Templar. You have also mentioned the Lich.
I think we were.
I don't know if you mentioned that they are the same.
We've not shown him that they're the same because we've been using the magic paper on occasion to like communicate information, but we've actively not used that conversation because we didn't want to show stuff about the drow.
Right. That's.
But I feel
That-
feel like
yes.
we've said it.
Okay.
We just
gonna go
never
with that.
showed it on that.
Right.
Okay. In that case, he has knowledge that the knowledge that you shared with him about the
Right.
Templar and all that stuff, and he'll say, "Is there anything you need from me?"
I mean,
Probably, but we don't know what it is yet.
I feel like we might need an army at some point. Because we got 5 bad guys. Well, 4, maybe 5. We don't know yet.
We're assuming the worst at 5.
Where should we put in the requisition order for an army?
An army for what exactly?
Saving the world.
Yeah.
It's
We gotta go to the rift and then we gotta beat a dragon. But it's a big dragon. It's a bad dragon. It's a
and
big
it's
bad
not
dragon.
here.
basically, Orcus and also that dragon guy, Astaroth, that we've talked about a couple times, that like keeps kind of like sneaking in and he was in our dreams and stuff. Those two, plus also Elminster and Bigby, are like back from some amount of time. And it seems like the four of them have like Wonder Twin powers, and now combined, we're gonna have to like fight them in a separate plane that Astaroth is creating. But we have to do it on his home turf because it's the only way it's ever worked out. Because apparently this has happened like in a loop like hundreds of times in the past, and this is the only time that will ever actually work. But also it's the only time we can ever actually defeat them. Does that make sense?
Only vaguely.
We are the multiverse.
We are.
I'm lucky that I am blessed with millennia of knowledge, not millennia, centuries.
Jesus.
Yeah.
The 5,000-year-old elf. No, centuries.
Question, Mr. Elf Guy. Are you gluten-free?
You
You have to tell
It's the
us.
safe phrase.
you have to tell.
Centuries of
If you
knowledge.
got gluten, you have to tell us.
At least enough to understand surface level of what you are addressing.
Yeah.
Yes. Also, it might behoove us to gather the drow as well and figure out what our old drow friends know about themselves.
You've told him about the drow.
We've not told him that they are the Court of the Undying.
Correct.
Okay.
We've
He
told
knows
them they
about them.
exist.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's met the drow.
Yes, I think so.
Yeah, because they like the
Cause-
two of them were like fucking off around here before we ever started coming to Waterdeep.
Mhm.
Yes.
Sure. So yeah, I think the things that we need to do before we fuck off into the abyss.
So yeah.
Like that's what we're doing. I think we need to find the Templar.
Mhm.
We need to gather an army, and then we need to gather the drow as well.
Or do you want to read any more of your book?
I mean, I would love to, but again, it's all about time, isn't it?
Headmaster, how I realize we've been here in this room for like apparently like 30 seconds. How at least static, I guess. How handled is the rift currently with your forces?
At the moment, it is under control.
Okay. So like hypothetically, if we needed to like take some time to do some like preparations and braining, you guys have it under control for at least an amount of time.
I believe that would be a good idea, yes.
Okay.
Have you been able to maybe set up a perimeter of hallowed ground so that the demons coming out of the rift are unable to spread?
Details are unclear to me at the moment. I will be on my way there myself as soon as we are finished here.
Great.
What are do you know of any towns specifically that might be in more trouble due to their location?
Only those immediately surrounding the Desserin Valley. Which, by the way, you guys can see oh, this is not detailed enough to label the Desert Valley. It is up here.
Sure. Gert, you had mentioned wanting to go back to your town. Do you still think that will serve us? I can get us in and out of. Okay, because I can get us there and we can come back the next day, or we could go somewhere else the next day. But I could,
I mean,
once a day, get us somewhere.
Yeah. I wouldn't mind going back, just if for no other reason than to pay my respects before we
go into a rift and maybe not come out.
We probably all die. Let's be honest about this.
Definitely thinking it's going to collapse in on itself, even if we win.
So, it also might give me a little bit of a quiet space to read for a while. And if you guys want to run off to Neverwinter and leave me be for a day, I'd be fine with that too.
Is there any other research we could do here? What other information do we want? I'm assuming we're still talking around the headmaster. Okay, because I have things I want to say when he is not around. What other research do we want to do?
Have we checked in on Braylon since we showed up?
No, we've been here for like fucking 2 minutes.
How's Braylon doing?
Until these events started to unfold, he's been doing great. I sent him back to his home in the name of his own safety.
With whom?
With Yolanta's son.
Is Joe even making a face this time? Look at that. Are you making a face because everybody's making a face?
What? His name is like very normal.
I'm pretty sure his name is Joseph.
It is.
Incredible.
Yeah.
Was this, did you teleport them, or were they sent like on the road back?
We used our own teleportation circle to go there directly. I saw to it myself.
Can I ask what made you think that he would be better in Red Larch than here?
There is no one left here to be with him.
Because everyone's fighting the rift.
Everyone's fighting. Okay. Okay.
Anta's not here right now.
I mean, Joseph can run the place by himself. He's done it before. That's totally fine.
I do think we need to head back there anyways, because it is in danger of being attacked, and we can let the constable know some of our some of the things we found.
Okay.
You said he was doing fine here until recently. Was there like, other than events immediately surrounding the rift where you decided he would be safer in a different place, was there anything else about like, was he otherwise adjusting well? I know it's been a bit since we've been around.
He's been doing wonderfully. He utilizes the full potential of the spaces we've provided for him. He's doing swimmingly in his studies and applications. Of course, the mind of a child can be a bit chaotic sometimes, but nothing that we haven't been able to guide him through.
What kind of chaos? Not that I'm like a purveyor of chaos or anything, I just would like to know.
Experimental potions that have a little bit more of a fiery effect than we'd like sometimes.
Sure. Fireworks are dope. Speaking of potions, we gave you a piece of paper like a day ago that had some stuff about time on it. You guys didn't, by chance, make that into anything?
I took it upon myself until my attention needed to be diverted.
Sure.
To try and decipher more of what I would call the missing pieces of essentially the spell that you had provided. I haven't made it far.
Sure.
But I have progress.
Cool. Great. Yeah.
Well, guys, what if we went to Red Larch, gathered up some folks from Red Larch, and then we got the mistress from Tribor? I forgot what her title was.
Oh, I like.
Was she also a constable?
Oh, she was like a constable equivalent.
Yeah.
That's why I called her the mistress.
Right.
The mistress of Tribor.
I liked her. I don't remember her name either, though. It's in here.
She was way early.
Yeah.
Like approximately 2 whole weeks ago.
Yeah, I need to update the calendar. My bad, guys.
I think her name was Daroth.
Dirathra?
Yeah, that was it.
My God.
Nice.
What a callback to 2 weeks ago, totally.
It was like 7. It was like 7 weeks, which is still not enough time for all of this to have fucking happened.
That's also true. Time is wibbly wobbly.
Dirathra Shendrel, yes.
Yes.
That's right.
So yeah, maybe we collect her and anyone that she feels could do battle.
I think this is so far above their heads that I would worry bringing the constables of these towns into it. Like, we are dealing with some wildly intense shit. And I don't want to pull the heads of these towns out and put them in that greater danger. Like, Gert, you can fly. I don't think the constable can fly.
I think it would be worth letting them know.
Sure.
And letting them make the choice for themselves.
Okay.
Because if we go into this, just the 5 of us, we are going to die. Period.
I don't want that.
And I understand that there will be casualties in this war. I understand that. But if we go into this, just the 5 of us, this is over. And he wins.
Who else that does magic can we call? Can we talk to? Can we convince to do anything? Who else have we met, guys? Scratch your brains.
Yolanda is gone.
She's
We
been removed
don't
from
know
the
where she
equation.
is.
Feng would probably have a field day supplying armies with equipment that would be more useful.
We could, and this is a weird idea.
Do it.
Sorry. We could go talk to Braylon in Red Larch and ask if you needed to hide somewhere, where would you go? Because I have a feeling that's where future Braylon took Yolantha.
Is the headmaster still around right now? Or have we left his office?
Honestly, at this point,
I don't give a shit.
I don't care. He can know whatever the fuck he wants to know because we're in it now.
Yeah, this is endgame. Nothing's really gonna change.
Like, yeah.
All right, cool. Is that great? I guess that's cool.
Sorry.
No, you're
Hey,
good.
headmaster, headmaster.
Okay, we
an
lied
older
10 seconds
version,
ago.
yeah, an older version of Braylon stole Yolantha. That's the last we saw of her.
An older version of him.
Yes,
Yeah.
like a grown-ass adult.
He looked me dead ass in the eye and called me a nickname that he's the only person who has ever used.
And then he winked at her. Gross.
He didn't.
I really thought, yeah, no, I really thought, like, I imagined that scene where he winked at you before he left.
Oh, no, that is too weird.
He's just gonna cross his arms and kind of just. Well, that's a new layer of complexity.
Do you still have the paper that like tells us the like magical paper where you can like think about a thing and it reads?
Oh, yeah.
Great. I'm gonna take that from you and I'm going to hold it and I'm going to think about that memory because what Andrea, is hoping will happen, and also probably will. Is it a lot of times? No, a lot of times we'll like re-see events and they will tell us more. We'll see it with like the information that was actually happening and not the information that we were given. And I want to know if we can see or clock anything else about that moment with the magic paper.
Okay.
I want to know where he went through that fucking portal that we couldn't see through.
Okay. So you take the paper and
Mm-hmm.
you'll see the etching come about of you guys in that space. And this was just before the encounter with the wizards, right?
Right.
Yeah.
No, it was right after.
It was right after,
After.
yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
shit, you're right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to say Iz and Taryn were like poking at the table.
The altar.
Yeah.
We did
Yeah.
the charcoal rubbings of like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Copy
So, so you'll see a sort of like zoomed out image of Iz and Taryn sort of poking around the pillars at the altar, and the rest of you sort of scattered about between like checking them out and the other space around you. At the moment that Braylon is behind Yolantha, grabbing her from behind with this open portal behind him. However, the image is the same as what you remember. You were not able to see into it.
Was there anything else identifying on what he's wearing?
He's got semi-decorated robes. Would be easy enough to assume that he's got magical implements and his robes may be among them. And a wand, like a short wand.
Do the robes resemble anything that we've seen at the college?
Ooh.
That's good.
Make a perception check for that.
Ooh, okay. Come on. Boop. No.
You don't have inspiration. Yeah.
Yeah, not really. Although in your defense, you haven't really spent much time here and haven't
Yeah, we've
delved
walked
into much. Yeah.
We've walked through the corridors like once.
They don't resemble anything from any of the cults.
Is there anything specific you're going for with that?
No. I'm just trying to figure out what, like, I just, in my brain, there's got to be something that we're missing about it because it happened so fast and we were all too fucking taken, like, caught off guard by the fact that it was Raylan. But I'm trying to, like, separate the fact that
you are able to see for sure that there's no, like, cult symbols anywhere on his person.
Does the headmaster notice anything that we don't?
Ooh.
Hell yeah.
I'm done.
Fuck.
+9, please.
+13.
Hang on 1 second.
Remember when our biggest issue were orbs that would just make it rain really hard?
Remember that time we found a bomb?
He does not.
What good are you? Okay. I mean, it was worth a shot, I guess. He didn't say anything.
The one that he's holding.
Oh, go ahead.
Is the one that he's holding like decorated or in any way, or is it just like a regular, as far as we can tell, like a regular spellcasting focus?
Yeah, it is rather plain looking.
Okay.
Is Yolantha maybe like blinking us out any messages in Morse code that we can fucking clock?
No, she's just kind of caught by surprise in this, like halfway through trying to like grab his arm, and that's about it.
Sure.
Have we attempted reaching out to Yolantha since since it happened? So we haven't.
Nope.
So it might be worth the attempt again.
Sure.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
You guys can do that, right?
I was gonna say, if you don't have the spell slots, I believe I do.
I'm good. I, as a matter of fact, have so many lower levels.
Same.
Okay, cool. I'm good. I'm good with throwing this one.
Great.
Cool. So do we just want to go with like, where are you? What's going on?
Yeah.
What all do we want to ask, if possible?
Can you tell us where you are? That kind of situation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, okay.
And what spell is this?
Yeah. Sending. So this also, guys, remember this might not work just because of her mental blockages that she has. Okay. So, casting the spell. Going to click so I can type this out. I will say in campaign talk or character talk. Where are you? Are you okay? Can you tell us where you are?
Are you safe?
Are you safe?
Great question.
You good? you up? Question mark.
8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 words so far. I got 11 left.
I mean, we don't have to send 25.
Yeah.
Did
he tell you what he wants?
Yep, that's what I was gonna suggest. Do you know what he
His
wants?
problem is?
What's his fucking deal, man?
What's your damage, brother?
What the hell,
fuck?
bro?
Shit, my guy.
What's your malfunction?
20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. We love you. That's it. That's the last 3 words. So yeah, I have. Where are you? Are you okay? Can you say. I didn't add say, so I have to take off the we.
I was gonna say yeah.
Right.
Just say love ya.
Yeah.
Okay.
Bye.
Can you say where you are? Are you safe? Do you know what he wants? The fuck, love you. All right.
Perfect.
And then I send that in character chat.
Okay.
Bless.
Awesome.
We're not gonna get jack shit.
Taryn, you will get a response.
Yeah! Woo!
Oh, hell yeah.
Taryn's face immediately like lights up as soon as he hears feels the connection be made and something's starting to come back.
Yep. She will say.
Ooh.
One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14,
11, 12.
Sent. She says, I don't know where I am, but I'm bound. Items taken away. He wants you all. It's a trap.
Oh boy.
I would recite that out loud as I hear it.
There's a trap. Yeah.
It's a trap!
It's a tarp.
Okay.
Ermagerd. Or it's a turp.
Okay.
That's disconcerting. What does he want, though?
Maybe he made a deal. Maybe he made a same bogus bullshit deal as all of the other cult leaders and
Like a final. It's a diversion. That might be what he is. It's trying to be like draw attention away from the rift while he does something else, so that it
Right. The hell does he want with it?
Exactly.
What was he offered that was so enticing that led him down this path?
his
can.
dad back.
Braylon.
Maybe.
A space where he can
His-
experiment all he wants without restrictions.
Fair. Disappointing.
But again, if it's that he wants his family back, like we're kind of the ones who
Took that from him?
Yeah.
so that could be why he's upset with us and not mad about the fact that, you know, this being, again, this is all conjecture. We know this at this point.
And we weren't necessarily the ones who pushed his parent or his dad off of that cliff that we found. This can be his way of coping with the loss of somebody that he had cared about and trying to put blame on somebody.
It's the moving through the future thing that I feel like that I am the most disconcerted by,
Yeah.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Because that's like a 20-year jump. And there's only like one group of guys right now that we are aware of that have the ability to do any of that. Yes.
Whirl.
What?
Not Whirl. Gert,
Yeah.
does your list of names, has it changed?
Didn't it? I thought we already established that it said Braylon when I opened it up.
It never said Braylon. It said
never said
Yolantha.
Braylon?
It was Yolantha.
I'm gonna look at my little,
Elminster and Bigby?
yeah. It said Elminster, Bigby, and Yolantha. So yeah, I'll open up my little book and see if it says Braylon now. Do we know Braylon's last name?
Nope.
Nope.
Oh wait.
Hatherhand.
It is, yeah, Hatherhand.
Ah.
Yeah.
Where did that come from? Jeez.
I don't know.
See, that's like, are we
Rosar
young again?
Hatherhand
Fuck.
is just.
Yeah, right.
The
From 2 years
list
ago.
of names has not changed.
Copy.
Damn
Don't
it.
sound so disappointed.
It was a good, yeah.
Well,
Lead.
Need confirmation.
I'm kidding.
I think
so question. Does okay, this is going to sound really silly.
do it.
Does the ability to move through planes automatically make you a planeswalker? Or are there certain things that someone can do to give them the ability to move through? Does that, am I don't know if I'm making sense.
I think I'm
When we
smelling
were-
what you're stepping in.
Right, so Braylon may not be a planeswalker.
Right.
Braylon just may have the ability to do certain elements that are similar to a planeswalker.
Like how we can plane shift.
So
Yes.
yes,
Allegedly, yes.
the right spells and artifacts and magical capability and one person versus a group of people, certain rituals, there are ways to traverse planes. The essentially what makes a planeswalker is like one step more innate than like being able to cast the plane shift spell.
Right. Like I can cast fly and Gar can fly.
Right. Exactly. That's a very good way to put it. Gert can just fly. You can cast a spell to allow you to fly.
Right.
So it's very much
So-
like that.
Damn.
Maybe Braylon is not quite a planeswalker yet.
We don't know if planes walking is genetic. Like we don't know if that's a thing.
You don't.
We only got 3.
Mm-hmm. I think that might be a thread that we chase at a different time because
Yeah.
Are you questioning if Braylon and Yolantha are something? Because I
maybe
Don't-
not Yolantha,
But her
Okay.
son.
like Bigby and Elminster, and then also yes, Yolantha's son.
See, we never actually spoke to any of Braylon's family per se.
Because there weren't any around.
Because and I am starting to question if Braylon's family is actually Braylon's biological family.
Mm-hmm.
Or if there was an adoption of some sort.
Maybe specifically for that ritual, so they didn't have to kill one of their own children.
Oh God.
Wow.
I don't think
What
specifically
ritual?
for the ritual.
Or the thing that
Well, we found him
that
buried
we
in the
found
ground.
Braylon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Remember when we found?
Yes. Okay. I'll give you guys a reminder because I do remember that. You would know in character and remember that wasn't a ritual. It was like he was being punished.
It was a punishment.
Oh.
He was being punished for doing something he shouldn't have or not doing something that he should have. It was unclear.
Not sacrificing himself for a ritual. No, I'm just...
There was a flash of black and purple light, and then a pop noise by Yolantha, and there was a man behind her, and it was Braylon. Black and purple was Elminster, wasn't it? Not Elminster, it was Renwick. All of his shit was fucking black and purple.
But if it was Renwick, then it could
Then it's Elminster.
by extension be Elminster. Yeah.
Yeah.
Motherfucker.
Fuck. I hate this guy even more.
Ah!
Ah.
the urge to
Okay, but now
send it
how?
to-
Okay, so how did he find the child, right? Because
Because of us, maybe?
Oh my-
what? Your
so-
face is doing a thing.
Elminster has we can assume that Elminster has the ability to do that freezing time situation, right? Where it's like
Sure.
take you out of time, do stuff. What if he found that with our Braylon and he aged? He
Ah,
is
fuck.
an adult now.
Yeah, he did the
Like-
same like super fight thing that Iz did, but for like 15 years.
Ugh.
I mean,
It sucks.
then we just have to go back to Red Larch and
Figure out if
see if Braylon's around.
I'm so scared he's not.
Oh. Headmaster, I think we have to go to Red Light.
Can we get a ride? I can't do it again today.
I can send you through the circle.
Okay.
Thank you. The music goes crazy.
Anything else we should do here before we go? Or are we going to come back here and do more thoughts and feelings or what? Or do we just go to Red Larch? Talk to a
Maybe
child.
just Red Larch, yeah.
Yeah, let's
Okay.
do Red Larch first, regroup after we have more information.
Okay.
Okay. So he will walk a few steps over to the back of the room where the teleportation circle is.
Oh, I guess we'll also go over there.
Mhm.
Is there any like diamonds or shit that we need for like just in case, guys? Since we're here, and this seems to be. a
We
place
can
to-
always use diamonds.
Yeah. Any other weird magical shit we need?
Mm,
Checks components.
Right.
yeah.
I have some potions I have to look at later. Once we have some brain downtime.
Headmaster, do you have anything that could restore my health back to what it was? I'm not even saying full health, I'm saying we were attacked in a way that my full health is no longer what it was.
It like sucked out our potential.
Yeah.
You've been afflicted by powerful necromancy.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Do you have anything that could reverse some of that?
Jack Daniels.
Unfortunately,
I mean-
as far as I know, the only remedies, depending on precisely what it was, would be good rest or divine intervention.
Shit.
I think we'll be fine.
Taking a beach vacation.
I mean, I've been
2 weeks.
Yeah, can we just like put time on pause and take a beach vacation and not go to the rift right now because that would be a difficult.
Let's get that recipe for the time thing. Just chill in a bubble for several weeks, and then be good to go.
Yeah, we'll age 15 years, and then the age gap will be normal again.
Did you actually ask for diamonds?
Sure.
100%.
Okay, he'll say, what precisely do you need?
Well,
I believe if my math is correct, we have one revivify diamond of 300 gold, and you should also have one like charge of dust for 100 gold.
yes.
Because we had a 3, we used 2, and then we got another 3 that I would like us to not charge just in case like fucking shit goes down.
Yes. So, I mean, if you want to give us like 2-3 more diamonds, I won't be mad about it.
Uh,
It's an insurance policy.
A couple 2-3.
He's going to snap his fingers and say, given the circumstances, compensation can be held for another time. And he'll give you 2 more. That just he conjured.
Conjured?
I'm gonna correct that statement.
They're fake. L.
Yeah. They're cubic zirconia, they don't actually work.
Yeah, you would know in character to some degree that they likely have a lot of magically helpful things at the academy. So he didn't just like poof them into existence. It's more like he brought them here from somewhere else.
He like reached into a jar of diamonds and was like, "Oh, here's 2 extras."
His comedically large jar of diamonds.
Yeah. It says diamonds on it, so you know.
It's like in Loki where they've just got a drawer full of infinity stones.
Yeah.
I'm sure you want one.
Yeah.
And then he has this existential crisis.
That's the best kind of crisis, dude.
So you now have 2 more.
Dope. Do both of you want one, or do they both go to Gert? Do you ever keep Revivify on you?
I do, actually. I do have it on me, I believe.
Look at you.
Damn.
I lied. Oh, I do have it. I didn't lie.
Yeah.
I have it.
I was like, I'm pretty sure I'm the only, I thought that I was the only one with healing stuff, but
yeah.
Well, sorry, that sounded terrible.
He has to think about it.
Yeah,
okay.
we woke up from our last sleep and I was like, just in case.
Yeah.
Billy Billies.
Okay. Well then, yeah. Fuck it. Let's each take one and call it a day.
Perfect.
Sounds good to me.
Diversifying the portfolio.
So now I have 2 full diamonds, and then 1 dust.
Correct.
Left. Okay.
Yes.
Yes.
So the fact that this diamond says it costs 5,000 GP makes me think that this isn't the correct diamond.
That's the only diamond. Honestly, that's the only diamond that I was able to find as well.
Okay.
So yeah, I think you can customize it.
All right, I will
Cost override. There we go.
Yeah.
Look at me knowing things now.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Woo.
Someone plays games on the internet.
Oh shoot.
All right, we're gonna get in this charged up circle and go talk to a child about his feelings.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
Okay.
Cool.
Oh,
Great.
that's sorry.
Diamonds.
Diamonds.
So
Also,
if you,
just in case.
if you are getting in this circle, oh, what's up?
I was gonna say, just in case, as we start to get teleported away, I am going to activate my shield in case we find out that it's being swarmed by demons.
Nice. Okay.
Not doing that.
You get in the teleportation circle. The headmaster will give you one more bow, the farewell that he's given you in the past, and then activate the spell. You'll have the familiar flash of light and the brief gust of wind feeling as you end up back in Red Larch, basically just outside of like in the back alley of the inn that you had been staying at. I do need to step away for a quick minute, so this will be when we take one more break, and we'll come back in Red Larch. We'll be right back.
Cool.